All right, you ready for some calls?
I'm ready.
Here it comes. Wild card line, you're on the air with Richard Hoagland. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, where are you?
I'm Jeannie from Sunrise, Florida, and I listen to you on WFTL, which I guess stands for W Fort Lauderdale.
That would be it, all right?
Okay. Can I ask you before I ask Richard a question? I'm
Sure.
going to be moving to Knoxville, Tennessee, the end of January.
Right.
Where would I listen to you there? Do you know, or could you find out and announce it maybe one night?
Yeah, I'll start looking at the list while you ask Richard a question.
Okay.
Would that be TNN?
No, that would be not TNN.
Okay.
That's in Nashville.
Okay.
She said Knoxville.
Yeah, Knoxville, a little further east.
Anyway, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. I would like to ask Richard, I intend to send $1 to Frances to help her, and like you said, if everybody would just do that, it wouldn't hurt anybody, and it would really help her. Could we do the same thing for you to help with whatever you're doing?
That's
And
awfully nice. Actually, we checked with our attorneys, and yes, you may certainly do that.
Is there an address you could give us?
Yes, it's Enterprise Mission,
Enterprise Mission?
P.O. Box,
Mm-hmm.
1130, Placitas, Placitas, which in Spanish means Little Plaza, Placitas, New Mexico, 87043.
Okay. What's the name of the town again? It's
Placitas, Placitas.
Okay.
All right. If you're going to Knoxville, WNOX 990 on the dial, 10,000 watts in Knoxville, Tennessee will take care of you.
Okay, that's AM.
Yep.
990. Okay, great.
All right.
And I love your show, and
Thank you.
keep it up.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Richard Hoagland. Hi.
Yes, I was wondering...
I can barely hear you, sir. You're going to have to yell at us. Where are you?
I'm in Odessa,
That's better. Go ahead.
and I was wondering if earthquake scientists have taken into account the gravitational pull of surrounding planets in their estimates of when or when not an earthquake might come.
I don't think so.
No, Art. You are forgetting Jim Birkwood.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm saying that the majority of them would not give any credence to other planets. They might talk about the moon. They might, but even that conventional scientists tend to balk at. So there are a few rebels like Birkeland, but most of them, the answer would be no. You've got to admit, Richard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, the effects we're talking about are not gravitational. They're hyperdimensional. Because in higher dimensions, which is what the hyper and hyperdimensional refers to, the planets, although in 3 dimensions are separated by, millions and billions of miles, in hyperdimensions they're not separated. They are connected. So the forces and the interconnectivity and the effects all produce results in 3D that are not explainable by current theory, which is limited.
Okay, caller?
Certainly. I had one more question, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yes. There's mention of an alignment of all the planets
Right?
within the year 2000.
I think it's May 5th of 2000.
Yes, I'm writing a fictional novel about the results of that, and I was wondering what your guest's opinion on.
Actually, it's rather a good question. Yes, Richard. If you do think there is something to the gravitational effects of planets on each other, then what do you imagine might occur in a complete alignment of planets, if anything at all?
No. I did not say gravitational, except for the moon.
I'm sorry.
And Birkeland,
Excuse
the
me.
gravity effects are not.
A hyperdimensional effect.
Exactly.
Thank you.
All right. In the hyperdimensional model, where energy flows losslessly, like in a superconductor,
Right.
is when the angles are 120 and 60. Where you got a problem is when the angles are 90 degrees and 180. The alignment in 2000 is when they're at 180. So the problem is that those inner planets, the ones we can see, that's the alignment that we're talking about,
Right.
is 180. The outer guys, the ones we're proposing have to exist,
Right.
are coming into, I believe, a 60-degree relationship, which means it's probably not a good day in Mudville. Because what happens is that the 180 or the 90s tend to make the energy dissipate. It's like you're driving along the freeway at 60 miles an hour, and suddenly a brick wall appears in front of you. What's going to happen? So I would say that it's a non-gravitational effect, but the result could be the same in that we need to kind of watch this one.
So no definitive forecast, but something is liable to occur.
Why have the Japanese launched 5 months early? What I was hinting at earlier in the show is if there are people in the black world, the secret world of this technology,
right,
which we see on the NASA shuttle flights and all that, who know this is not theory, they know it's fact, and they are taking their plans accordingly, then prudence would suggest that you get out of harm's way. If you cannot put in place a system to divert harm, you got two choices: either divert it or get out of the way.
Okay, very good. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.